Hello and good afternoon and welcome back to the West Ham Network. The team news is in and there are several changes ahead of West Ham's game at Brentford today. Fabianski in goal, Johnson, Aguero, Bona and Emerson make up the back four. Souček, Downs, Fornals and Lanzini make up that midfield quadruplets, and Cornet and Ings through the top line. And I think there was changes that we expected to happen today, and so be it. They have, of course, happened, and you can see the two teams there. Other news, though, coming out from Brentford is the fact that Ivan Toney misses the game today as well. So that's a bit of a Brucey bonus for West Ham. You know, we know he likes a good old goal against our beautiful West Ham, doesn't he? So that's a bit of a positive to take from it. But changes expected and changes we got. Let's take a new proper closer look at all the team news for you. We'll start off with Brentford. Of course, their team is Rhea in goal. Hickey, Pinnock, me, and Rico Henry make up the back four. Janelt, Jensen, Damsgaard, and Mbuemo. And we all know Mbuemo is a really good player as well. We'll come on to all these players in a second. Shadi and Wissa, of course, up the front. Then there is their bench there as well. Let's move into the West Ham team, though. Fabianski comes in and stays in as the Premier League goalkeeper, as expected. Because Areola obviously is our cup keeper as things stand and will be in for the Europa semi-final second leg. Johnson comes back into the team. And I know there's not many fans really out there of him just now, but you know what? Young prospects and has at some point in his West Ham career given us good form as well. So fingers crossed this is a good start for him to get back into it. Maybe he could get a run in the Premier League as long as we get something today from the game, because we're not mathematically safe, but we're all but there, aren't we, really? Agerd maintains position in the centre-back alongside Ogbonna, who captains the side today. I think we were no doubts about the fact that he would, Ogbonna would play in the game today, and we'd rest Zuma considering he had a few injuries and just bounced back last week as well. Tommy Souček stays in the midfield. I think there's an element of an engine, and also you want the experience in this game as well. Downs comes in. I think we all kind of pretty much predicted that Downs would come into this game. Fornals and Lanzini, and do you know what? Listen, I think that's a good opportunity now for Fornals and Lanzini to step into the mix and show us what they're still capable of doing. I think a lot of people think that this could be Lanzini's final season in a West Ham shirt. It may be, and it probably is going to be. But it's going to be nice to get at least some game time under his belt. And it's good for Pablo because, you know, I know he's not been starting as much this season, but he is definitely stepping up to the mark when he's called upon, whether that means when he starts in European games or comes off the bench in the Premier League. So good opportunity. A start for Max Cornet, which is something that we've all been calling for such a long time. And I'm really glad to see Max Cornet's actually getting in to the starting lineup. And I think that's really good because I think he's going to be vital for not just the run-in, but I think he's going to be vital for us moving forward. He's not had the best of seasons, but that's been down to the fact that he's had a very bad injury record whilst being at the club. So, yeah, I'm delighted that he actually gets into the starting lineup. And then, of course, as we expected, Danny Ings starts up top. I mean, there was probably a kind of reasonable nod to the fact that players were not going to be playing in the game today, and certain players would be if you looked at the way that we set up in training. So Ings comes into the lineup, and I think that's a good decision. I think you've got to rest Antonio. I mean, Antonio doesn't even make the bench, but you've got to rest specific players because you're full focus now. You know, not albeit we're not mathematically safe, but the full focus needs to 100% go into the Europa Conference League semi-final second leg. West Ham are 2-1 up against AZ Alkmaar, and that needs to be the priority. But we are 6 points from safety with only 2 games to go from the teams below us. So it's going to take, and of course, one of those teams we play is Leeds, but we can pretty much all but do it today. If we get a result of some sort, then we can put this league to bed completely and go into the final 2 games of the season with no pressure, which would be a nice thing, you know, putting ourselves fully focused, fully focused on the Europa League Conference semi-final, which is what we want. And let's hope that we can find a bit of form with these players today. Listen, I'm confident, I'm competent and confident with this starting 11. You know, there are players in that Brentford team that we do need to watch. Of course we do. But what I would like to see today is utilising the bench. Let's take a look at the West Ham bench. Areola Benrahma, Bowen, Creswell, Kira, Mubama, Paqueta, Rice, and Zuma. When I say utilising the bench, I think I'm probably really referencing Mubama. What an opportunity for the young lad to come into the mix again, and he's featuring a lot in the first team squads. So it's really good to see the young lad getting in and around the makeup of the team, and I think he's got a bright future at West Ham, and I think you'll see a little bit more of him moving forward in the new season as well. Yes, we have seen that David Moyes, according to several reporters and media outlets, that there could be one more year of David Moyes to maybe people's disarray. But listen, if he wins this competition, then it's going to be tough to remove him from his post, isn't it? 9 changes, great to keep them fresh for AZ, absolutely. Listen, what a different game that'll be on their turf. But if, all in all, if I've got to be really honest with you, I'm feeling within reason, and it's typical West Ham, but I feel like West Ham have got more than enough and more than capable of doing it on their turf. It's just about turning up and making sure we do it. What I don't want to do in the AZ Alkmaar game, and I know this is not about that, but what I don't want to do in that game is just sit back and invite the pressure, because we can't really afford to go 1-0 down, because the fan base will get on their side, and albeit, yeah, we'll have some fans there, but we don't want that because we can see what the European crowds are like as well. So we really need to get on their case. I'm not necessarily worried about the counter attack. I just don't want them to have most of the possession. I think that's where we struggle, and I think we need to do that today as well. Matt Foster says no Antonio and no Tony for Brentford. Yeah, I think no Tony for Brentford's a huge boost for West Ham today, considering that we have rested several players ourselves for the game. Michael Blaze, hope Devon, he is, as you've seen as well. Surreal Frame, good afternoon, Anton. Hopefully a good game, and we'll be mathematically safe at the end of it. 100%, mate. It would be so good to be able to just put the league to bed. Can't believe we're at this, time of the year as well. Coming to the tail end of the season, and we're in a second semi-final, second leg of Europe as well. That's really where we need to be putting the priority right now. Freno says, afternoon all, how are we feeling for today? Well, I'll ask you that in uno secondo. Irons from Toby, hope you're well, mate. Good to see you, my friend. Be funny if that team go and smash it. What happens for the selection on Thursday? Do you know what? Yeah, it's good. I don't think it would have a huge change. I think there could be a couple of players. If there's a player there that smashes it, let's just use Cornet for an example. What would you do? Would you rest Benrahma for the second leg? No. Why? Because Benrahma was probably questionably our best player against AZ Alkmaar. So it's interesting to see, but it's good. It's good. This is what you want for the squad. You want them fighting for every single position. So it's not a bad thing that this happens in this game in particular. Today's result won't have any bearing on Thursday. Different player for both games. Mandy, well, no, listen, I think there's you're right to a certain extent, but I think we do need to turn up and try and just do what we need to do and push on 100%. Win today and we go 13th and safe as houses. I mean, it's ridiculous, isn't it, how close it is back there as well. That's a point, Matt. If these boys win 8-0, can any of them force their way into contention? Unlikely, Toby. Michael Blease says it took Moyes 3 seasons to work out rotation. Yep. I agree, Matt. It's not likely. Afternoon all from Dan B. We wouldn't have made this many changes if we'd been playing a relegation struggling team, in my opinion. Peter McLaren, afternoon all. By the way, good to see you, my friends. Neither team has anything to play for. I take a draw, and Michael Blease says Leeds can't catch us even if they win the last 2 games. Goal difference kills them. I know, but mathematically I get that, but we still need to be able to mathematically make that secure, because I know it's a dramatic swing, it's a dramatic set of events, but surely we all want it to all be the same situation. We want to all be mathematically safe, officially safe, and fingers crossed we can get that done today. And results yesterday kind of went for us as well. It would have been probably a lot better if Leeds had just actually physically been beaten. But essentially what you're saying and it is correct. I mean, it's going to take a dramatic set of events, things we've never saw in a lifetime of football, to turn that over and bring West Ham back into relegation battle. So at least fingers crossed we are safe for the end of the season. Afternoon all from Barry Aitken. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you are well. Matt Foster, Allardyce will be up for the game versus us for sure. Absolutely. But then maybe, do you know what, Matt? What might be interesting for that Leeds game in particular is the fact that Leeds may go at us and that might suit our counter-attacking style, depending on what the situation is with the second leg. So many different things can play out now between today and Thursday that can lead into that Leeds game as well. And that's our final, obviously, home game of the campaign. I can't believe it's coming to the tail end of the season and we move into the new season. Fingers crossed we have a little bit of silverware to celebrate as well. We're going to be coming up close to the kickoff. I'll be bringing you the match day live, of course. If you haven't already, and you are new around here, and even if you're not new around here, I just want to quickly bring up to you the member program. We've got a channel members, and you can click on the option to join. If you join, you automatically put into a draw to win each month. Once a month, you get into a draw to win signed, as it stands, signed West Ham top from the current squad this season. So really cool prizes. We've got them for the next couple of months. We've got some signed balls, you name it. So you can get that, but you also get some exclusive content. Holly, who's now part of the West Ham network, does a little bit of work with Premier League and BBC. So we've put up some videos, exclusive videos out there on the channel membership as well. So go across, check it out if you want to join. I think there's two options. We will make it one option moving forward for the summer moving forward as well. Let me jump into the comments here and see what everyone else is saying. Allardyce will tell his players to kick us off the park, as he knows our players will not want to risk getting injured before a final. You're right, mate. You are right. No chance we will lose Deck's last home game in the Claret and Blue if he is going. It's interesting, the Deck situation, to be honest. It really is. And I've read into it a little bit further about David Moyes' comments, and it's just a case of where and why at that point as well. So we'll have to wait and see. Dan B says, plus they're known as Dirty Leeds for a reason. They certainly are. Now, if you are watching and you haven't already, give me your predictions for the game today. So put your predictions in just now as we'll go through them as well. But to be honest, let's just hope we can do something today. There's an element of me that when I see such changes in a West Ham side, I do get quite excited by it. I do, especially when you feel a little bit more comfortable in your position. But I'm excited about seeing what Max Cornet is capable of doing, starting from the off as well. A player that I think has got the potential to be a big game changer. I think he's got a really good future in a West Ham shirt. You know, eventually I'd like to see West Ham evolve into that role where maybe Cornet comes into the team, goes out on the left, Benrahma goes through the middle. I much prefer Benrahma playing through the middle for West Ham. I actually think in the last couple of games, he's been switching into the middle during the game from the left-hand side, and he's becoming really effective when he does that. And that's something I really want to see when we move forward in the new season. I think there's something there to be said. And I'm intrigued about the kind of whole, Souček situation. But I think in the new season, I know he's one of West Ham's or David Moyes' favourites, but in the new season, it'll be interesting to see what he kind of does and utilises the player, because I think there's going to be a transitional style of play as well. People may think I'm absolutely smoking this pipe dream again, but I genuinely think, when I think back to the start of the season, that we wanted to try a different style of play, and it just didn't work out to plan because we tried to transition too quickly and it never worked out. Therefore, we had to resort back to no nonsense. Let's just get a couple of results. Let's drag our heels and get the results to keep us safe. Now that's in theory happened, we could look at the flamboyant style that we're hoping we get moving forward for the new season. We're not going to see that this season, but it could be something we can expect for the new season, depending on signings we bring in. But I think players like Max Cornet have a real big future at West Ham. I think it'll be exciting to see Flynn Downs today, and alongside Tommy Souček and Pablo Fornals. Pablo Fornals has got something to prove, depending on what particular role he plays. But you're going to see the four of them in the midfield, Souček, Downs, Fornals and Lanzini, probably switching up a little bit. You can't really pinpoint exactly where they're all going to play. I think they're all going to they all cover each other's backs as the game goes on anyway. So that's exciting stuff for us to look at as well. Let me jump into the comments and see what everyone else has said for the predictions. Famasaurus getting relegated. Matt Foster says 3-0. Ings with the double and Benny coming on as a sub to bang us in one. Vinny says 2-1 to West Ham as well. Matt Foster says Michael Blease will be a miracle if we keep Rice. Alan Dunn says, evening Anton, I see by the lineup Moyes has decided we aren't going to win, so he's resting some players. He must be expecting a loss. He has Souček playing. Interesting take on it. Tight game. I can see it going 1 goal either way. Head says 2-1 West Ham. Freno says this will be a tough game for me. I'm saying 2-3 Corney, Souček and Ings. Great game for Corney to get off the mark again and show us what he is capable of doing. And I'm glad he's getting rewarded with a start. He's the one I'm really excited about. In actual fact, it's not just about what he's capable of doing for himself. It's about the link-up play between him in the midfield and Danny Ings. I think Danny Ings is still... I think he's been harshly criticised. I've not been a massive fan of what he's done so far this season, considering the amount of money we pay for him. But I think that when you play a Danny Ings, you can't leave them isolated up top. So hopefully this side... I can't see this side being an isolated Danny Ings up top because Corney bridges that gap between the midfield and the forward. So I fully expect Danny Ings to be supported. Lanzini does work from a drop deep role. Souček likes to get forward for the flick-ons. Downs will do all the protection and let Fornals, Lanzini, Corney support Danny Ings as much as we possibly can. And if we see that, that's where we could see the best of Danny Ings. Maybe he's nowhere near what he used to be, and we all know that now, but we need to utilise him. But the only way to utilise him is to show that he's got support rather than just being up top his own as well. 3-1 loss from Buffalo, Snowy 7. Toby Sampson, Alan, mate, it's because it's Thursday. It's so much more important. James Bong, 2-1 West Ham. King, Souček with the double. Could you imagine? That would be good, especially going into the next game as well. Afternoon, Anton. We still have put out a good side. 3-1 West Ham. Surreal Frame has gone for a biggie. He's got 9-0 hat-tricks from Corney and Souček, a brace from Ings, and a 35-yard screamer from Lanzini. Toby Sampson says 1-0 Lanzini penalty. Peter McLaren says Rice, we need to forget him and enjoy him while he is here and move on. Well, we'll just have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see what happens with Deckers moving forward. Watch our bench squad go out and maul Brentford. Just messing as well. That's some team from Joshua McKnight. Honestly, just want to close the game with no injuries from Scott R. Peter McLaren says 1-0 thrashing. Toby Sampson says, great shout, Scott. Sod the result. Just no injuries. Absolutely. But do you know what? I've got to take a result as well. Toby makes very good runs. He often has no pass come to him. He does. And in this current setup, he's running around like a headless chicken half the time. And I think if you're going to do what Danny Ings does, you'd be as well just playing Antonio because he'll offer you more of the strength and the hold-up play than what Danny Ings does. So it will be interesting to see if that's something that he can do moving forward. Martin Barrett says, afternoon all, I'd take a point here. Scott R says, Antonio breaks down the wing. Ings keeps on moving and looking for gaps in opposition line. Totally different approaches to a striker position. Ashley Kemp says, no Tony as well. There is absolutely no Tony. Right, listen, I'm going to go and get ready for the game. I will be back for the kickoff. I'll see you on the other side. Keep chatting to each other, and I'll see you for the match commentary as we get ready for the West Ham Brentford game live from Brentford as well. I'll see you on the other side in about 5 minutes time as I get myself set up. Hello, everyone. So ready for the old kickoff. Are we all feeling ahead of the kickoff? Teams are lining up. Let me get rid of this music. Right. Switch to this. Drop that down. I am here. Are you all talking amongst yourself? Hopefully you are. I'm going to be bringing you the live commentary for the Matchday Live, of course. West Ham versus Brentford at Brentford. A point mathematically makes us safe. We are safe, but just keyword here is mathematical, isn't it? Mathematical. I'll jump through some of the comments before we go on as well. And let's see what everyone else is saying. It'll be on Match of the Day 2 with those unbiased panel beaters. As I said, I'd take a point today, but I do think that all three are up for grabs. Right, going to shock everyone today. Ings hat-trick. Wayne, wowzers. Tony couldn't make it. Being down the book. God, betting on West Ham to win. Afternoon all for Garino. Good to see you. Sky Better giving 2 to 5 on Anton shaking his desk apart if we score. If we score, turn down your volume, guys. You should have seen me celebrating with West Ham goals against Alkmaar. We picked Freddie up and put him all over our top of our head. As well, looking forward to the match. We can still finish above Chelsea. That would make my day if it happened. Enjoy the game. Hope Man City beat Everton and we get no injuries in this one. Yes, you are correct, mate. You are correct. I wonder if Corny can put in a performance and maybe stay on side. Afternoon, all you beautiful people. Let's go. Good afternoon, Anton and everyone. Get your predictions in if you are watching right now. We are about to bring you the match day live ahead of the West Ham Brentford game as well. Just waiting on the players to kick off the cheeky game. And we'll get started with the running commentary as well. Let me see where I am. I'm going to need to present. Let's go. God, the things you have to keep doing to get this all bloody set up. There we go. Drop that out. There we go. And just watching Danny Ings getting set up now. Just going to see Thomas Frank walking around the pitch, giving all the fans a cheeky wave and a clap. David Moyes, like I said, being linked to staying in his role for another season at West Ham, sitting in the stands with all his coaches. You can hear the West Ham fans loud and proud as Brentford are going to kick off the game for West Ham. And they have kicked off the game. Here we go. Brentford, West Ham won the ball straight away with Flynn Downs. Flynn Downs chases back the defender, but the defender plays it all the way back to Rhea for the Brentford goalkeeper to keep hold of possession right now. West Ham wearing our black kit. I must admit, I do like that kit. Brentford have got the ball in the back with the goalkeeper. It's been switched out to left-hand side. Rico Henry. He plays it all the way back. Ben Mee pings the ball forward for Brentford. But Glenn Johnson. Ben Johnson's there to be able to deal with it. But the ball gets played early with a throw-in. They're in behind Ben Johnson inside the box. And Fabianski comes out to collect for West Ham. So we need to watch that early throw-in. The team are moving quite quick with their break. Ben Johnson plays a forward ball into Lanzini, skips by one player, then he's fouled. It's a free kick to West Ham in the West Ham half. We are massive, mate. See you, Jimmy. Oh, love it. Love it. I need to get used to it as well with all the names. Hi, little man. Joey's here. What do you say? Come on, you irons. He's not saying anything. He just woke up from a couple hours nap as well. I've not just left him on his own here, by the way. My wife is here. Nothing's happening just now. Just focusing on the West Ham bench. You go, little man. Love you. Declan Rice sitting in there. Mark Noble just behind the bench as well. Anton Jr. There's plenty of them kicking about. Agerd plays the ball back to Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson goes long, switches play over to the left-hand side. Finds Emerson. Chips the ball forward to Max Cornet, holds the ball up well, tries a cheeky ball round the defender, and it gets knocked out, and it's a West Ham throw-in. Emerson's picked up the ball. He's going to take the throw-in for West Ham. Takes it early, finds Max Cornet. Decent bit of hold-up play and smashes the ball in. Turns quickly, tries to smash the ball in. See what he was trying to do, but it goes behind for a goal kick from Brentford. Corney's really deceiving on the eye because you don't think he's strong enough to hold off the play, but he is. He can hold off players, no problem at all. I think he's got a good balance and he knows how to be able to manage the player that coming onto him. Anyway, Brentford playing the ball out from the back. West Ham playing a high press, very high press. Ball gets switched over to the left back position. It's actually Ben Mees there. Brentford playing the ball through in their own 18-yard box. Rhea. West Ham playing with three players pretty much on the edge of the 18-yard box. Patient build-up play. He nearly stumbles on the ball. He does. Played back again. Back to the keeper for Brentford. Bye, Mila. What do you say? Say, come on, you irons.
Come on, you irons.
Brentford playing now, coming out. Oh, it's a bad tackle there from Flynn Downs, but they've played advantage. Buemo for Brentford inside the 18-yard box of West Ham goal. Crosses it in, blocked from Ogbonna, goes out for a Brentford corner. Flynn Downs just comes in, takes out the Brentford player. Damsgaard. See you later, little man.
Bye.
What do you say?
Come on, you irons. Is West Ham play Brighton?
Yeah, Brentford.
Bye.
Happy birthday to Jack. Corner to Brentford. Buemo on it. Wisa in the box. They go short though. And then they found a bit of space inside the 18-yard box. Skips by it. And it's hit out from Flynn Downs. It's a second corner in quick succession to Brentford. Poor child will be forced to watch West Ham. Years of suffering ahead. I know. Again, Brentford taking it short. Big ball into the box. Big clearance from West Ham. From Agerd. Big chase. Ball for Corney, but the ball's intercepted from the Brentford defence. The ball gets played back to Rico Henry, who's going to play it in the middle there for Brentford. Brentford bring the ball out from the back. Switch the play over to the right-hand side. He's Cam. Plays the ball back. It's Hickey playing the ball back to Rhea. Rico Henry drops in, collects the ball for Brentford. Sorry, it's not. Me plays the ball forward. Bye. Ball chipped forwards. He's in a bit of space. Gets in front of it. Wissers get the ball for Brentford just outside the 18-yard box. Finds a bit of space and Buemo on the edge of the 18-yard. Lanzini drops back in. Brentford happy to keep hold of possession. Patient build-up play. Switch over to the left-hand side. Me drives forwards. Decent football from Brentford. Keeping hold, but happy to keep hold of the ball. Ben Mee. Again, Brentford just playing ticky-tacky football, actually. Big over the top for the player to chase. Ben Johnson comes in, wins the ball, though, for West Ham. He does well, but gives it straight to the Brentford player on the edge of the 18-yard box. Buemo switches it onto his left foot. Out to left back position, crosses it into the box, into the mix. Oh, Fabianski comes out and can't put a hand on it. And the Brentford player does get his head to it, but nudges it on, and it goes wide for a goal kick. But that's good football from Brentford and a bit messy defending from West Ham. Let's have a look there. Fabianski comes out, tries to command the ball, but absolutely doesn't do anything with it. Flynn Downs should be doing better, getting in front of the defender there. And Damsgaard has a kind of really good opportunity for Brentford, but it goes wide and it's a goal kick for Fabianski, who goes forward straight away. The flick on header for Fornals to chase, but West Ham can't get it. Brentford have the ball. Agard clears the ball. Now he finds Fornals in a bit of space, tries to put the ball through for Danny Ings, but he can't get to it as a Brentford player plays the ball back to Ria, who does do a terrible kick out. West Ham regain possession again straight away. Souček on the ball for West Ham, out wide right. Ben Johnson holds up the play, finds Lanzini, who's dropped deep. Flynn Downs collects the ball for West Ham. Now it's back through the centre circle. Ogbonna on the ball, back to Flynn Downs again. Flynn Downs finds Lanzini, who's there to collect the ball out wide. Ben Johnson finds, it's a good ball through. Tommy Souček inside the 18-yard box. I tell you what, man. Tommy Souček, what are you doing, mate? He's really good football there from West Ham. He doesn't put his head up and he just chips that ball forward and just goes out for a goal kick. But we found ourselves in a really good position. I think there was like 3 or 4 West Ham players in that box. You can see that Lanzini's going to be the conductor in this game, definitely. He's going to drop in deep. He's going to go wide, could cover every position, collect the ball. He's playing really far up the line, though, put the pressure straight on the defence. Ball's played out from the right-back position. Brentford are a good footballing team, man. They know how to get out of those positions, tight positions as well. But West Ham have put many bodies on that player. Now we've regained possession straight away. Danny Ings tries to keep a hold of the ball, but he can't. Heavy touch. Flynn Downs collects it for us, though, in the middle of the park. Skips by one player, plays in Emerson on the left. Cornet makes a run. So does Danny Ings. Cornet tries to chase it through the middle. It's a headed ball back from Rico Henry back to Ria from Brentford. Damsgaard from Brentford skips by one player, keeps driving forward, finds Rico Henry on the left. He plays it back to me of Brentford, who switches play completely over to the right-hand side. Ben Mee. Oh, it's a good switch play now out to left-hand side. Rico Henry's got a bit of space, tries to cut inside. It's a bad ball from him, though, and West Ham intercept it. Tommy Souček from deep in the West Ham half plays in Ben Johnson. He's under pressure straight away, puts it onto his left foot, keeps a hold of it, does well. Going to have to disperse it. It does. It's good football from West Ham. Tommy Souček, very good from West Ham and Pablo Fornals. Danny Ings, good hold up play. It's good football from us. Flynn Downs, though, still in a deep West Ham role. Tommy Souček comes back, supports him, collects it. Pablo Fornals finds Lanzini. Quick 1-2 with Pablo. Pablo still got it. He drives forward on the halfway line. Plays it back. Tommy Souček. He sees Flynn Downs on the edge of the centre circle in the West Ham half. He drives forward. Good bit of possession from West Ham. Cuts back. Finds Oggy. Oggy out to left to Emerson. Emerson sees Cornet make the run. He wins it with the header, but can't get around the defender. And the ball goes over to Ria. Unlucky from West Ham. Good bit of positional play. Balls with Brentford in the back. Ben Mee. Up through the middle. Switch play completely out to the right-hand side. Buemo drops deep, collects it. Drives forward for Brentford. Tries an overlapping run and a pass, but doesn't. Emerson intercepts. He drives out and he wins West Ham a throw-in. It's a good play from Emerson there. So it's been a bit better, though, Trinity, now in the last kind of 5 minutes. Although nearly 70% possession to Brentford so far in the first 11 minutes. 69% possession. Brentford tried to switch the ball over to the side and it's gone out straight away for a goal kick to West Ham. If you are new around here, please hit the subscribe button. Support the channel as much as you possibly can. Emerson with the ball down the left-hand side. Picks out Danny Ings, who drops in deep but can't hold onto the ball. But Fornals has got the ball and he plays in. Ben Johnson travelling down the right-hand side deep in the Brentford half. He cuts back, finds Pablo to support him. Back out to Ben Johnson, who brings back in Tommy Souček into the play. Just at the edge of the centre circle with Lanzini now. He collects it, puts it out to Emerson. Emerson's going to play it back to Oggy. Oggy's going to play in Agerd. Agerd's going to play it back to Fabianski, or he's not. No, he doesn't. He steps over it and on the right foot he uses Ben Johnson. Brentford have piled under pressure, done well. Tommy Souček pings the ball forward. And Flynn Downs, players all over Flynn Downs, but referee doesn't give anything, and Brentford have win back possession. And then they've gone for a big switch ball up over the right-hand side. Emerson reads the ball well with the header. West Ham need to be first there, but we're not. But then Emerson does win the ball back and then smashes the ball off of Lanzini, and the ball goes out for a throw into Brentford. Whoa. West Ham have won the ball, though, down the left-hand side. It's with Danny Ings. He cuts back. Cornet. Back to Emerson. Emerson back to Ogbonna, just on the edge of the 18-yard box. Now finds Agerd. Agerd drives forward for West Ham, tries to get us out of the danger area. Ball back with Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson looks up, plays the ball forward. It's a good ball. Fornals chases it, gets it on the right-hand side. Good ball from Ben Johnson. Finds Lanzini. Back heel. Danny Ings tries a quick 1-2 with Lanzini. Back with Rea, and he clears. Good football, unlucky. Nice football there. And very good ball from Ben Johnson to get the play on the goal. He tries to turn on the Brentford player in the halfway line, and the ball gets knocked out for a West Ham throw-in. I think what Danny Ings probably should have done there was probably just turn and shoot. I'm surprised he actually tried to take another touch. Ball in from Fornals, back heel from... I see what he's trying to do, but he's trying to cut through like 2 or 3 Brentford players, and he's never going to be able to get through there. Good run from Pablo Fornals. Great ball from Ben Johnson to start that good bit of play there. Ben Johnson with a throw-in on the halfway line for West Ham. Danny Ings drops in. Heavy touch. Big clearance from Brentford. Ben Johnson watches it and it goes out for another West Ham throw-in again on the halfway line. He goes early though and he finds Ogbonna unmarked in the middle of the park, coming in through the centre circle. He's going to switch play over to left-hand side to Emerson. Takes a touch onto his left foot. Cuts back, brings it back in and brings Fabianski into the game. Fabianski goes for a big clearance for West Ham. It's a big low one. Cornet drops in, tries to collect it, and then Brentford play the ball back to Rea. I just heard the commentator, Tony Gale, said it's got an end of season feel about the game, and it kind of does. If I'm being brutally honest. Souček Flynn Downs collects the ball, brings in Ben Johnson. Cuts back and plays the ball back to Agerd. Agerd plays the ball back to Fabianski. Fabianski's going to go long. Big clearance from him up the field. No one wins the ball, though. Goes out wide left. Emerson putting the pressure on Buemo. West Ham have got bodies there, and it's a big switch play over to the left-hand side. He's done well. Don't know how he's found Rico Henry, but he has. Unchallenged from any West Ham player. Ball getting back with Rico Henry. Now it's with me. Just Brentford happy now to hold possession, even if it's deep in their half. West Ham starting to press. Lanzini trying to put the pressure on. Nearly wins the ball back, but he doesn't. Me drives forward for Brentford. Switches play over to the right-hand side. It's a good ball. Heavy touch, though. He's done really well. Tommy Souček has. Cornet collects the ball deep in the West Ham half. Finds Tommy Souček. Plays the ball nice and calmly back to Emerson. Switches it onto his left foot. Drives forward for West Ham. Finds Cornet. Cornet again to Souček. Lanzini drops in deep. He collects the ball for West Ham in the own half. Plays it back to Oggy. Oggy over wide to Agerd. He's got time and space on the ball. Brings Flynn Downs into the game. Back to Agerd. Agerd back to Flynn Downs out on the right-hand side. Collects it. Holds on to play. Bit of space there in the middle for Souček to grab the ball and go forward. But he plays the ball wide to Lanzini. Just on the edge of the centre circle. Now it's into Emerson on the left-hand side over the halfway line. Lanzini collects the ball on the halfway line. Feeds it back to Downs, who comes in to collect the ball. He stops, turns, and drives forward, coming over the halfway line for West Ham. West Ham patient now, holding on possession. That's it. Brings it back. Tommy Souček switches play over to the right-hand side. Ben Johnson, bit of space and time on the ball. He cuts back. Again, finds Tommy Souček. Nice bit of possessional football from West Ham. Patient in the build-up. Lanzini drops deep, collects it. Again on the edge of the centre circle. Downs plays in. Nice 1-2 there with Lanzini. Lanzini drives forward about 40 yards out from the Brentford goal. Emerson, patient again, plays it back to Flynn Downs, waits for the opportunity, waits for someone to make a run. Flynn Downs keeps a hold of it. Now it's with Agerd on the edge of on the halfway line. Now it's with Ogbonna deep in the West Ham half. Wide to Emerson, tries a quick bit of play there, but then Brentford win the ball back. And also the West Ham though again, Max Corney, and we've been dispossessed and it's gone out for a West Ham throw in. So nice bit of possessional football there really for the last kind of 30, 40 seconds, and then patient build up, nothing really on moving forward, but frustrating Brentford, and we've ended up with a throw in just over the halfway line, or actually no, quite deep into their half actually. Emerson nearly nutmegs the player. Max Corney uses Danny Ings uses his strength. Emerson cuts back, tries to win the ball back, but West Ham get the ball back with Tommy Soucek. Plays it early. Danny Ings stays up in the box. Tries to turn around the player, keeps a hold of the possession, keeps it back heel. What a ball that is. Oh, it's unlucky. Blocked from a Lanzini shot. Danny Ings has done so well from absolutely nothing. 2 Brentford players on him. Back heels the ball and finds Lanzini inside 18-yard box and shoots early. Emerson piling the pressure on down that left-hand side. Brentford panicking down there. Big clearance from them up the field. And West Ham in control right now. Ogbonna switches the play out to Emerson. Emerson plays forwards. Lanzini drops in. Emerson plays the ball forward, and it looks like it goes out for a Brentford throw-in. West Ham player taking extra touch inside of shooting. Typical West Ham. Trini Hammer, again, no ball over the top. Everyone keeps coming to the ball. Boring and not stretching Brentford. Hello from Lee. Good to see you, my friend. Surreal Frames in the house. Good to see you as well, mate. Hope you're all well. Brentford playing the ball down the left-hand side. A lot of play getting played down this right-hand side for Brentford, down the left-hand side for West Ham. Me. Coming out of the box. Plays it through the middle. Damsgaard. Janelt. Ben Mee. Janelt with a big up and over. Ben Johnson to read it. Can't win it though, but that's fine. It's a foul on Ben Johnson. West Ham win a free kick in our own half. 19 minutes gone. Brentford nil, West Ham nil. If you're just joining us, this is the West Ham Network Matchday Live, or what other people call it, watch along. James Corden in the crowd, which people will love. Hamstring injury, apparently. Russ was spot on with the starting predictions. I think he missed out 1 or 2 players, didn't he? Ball through the middle. We've been dispossessed straight away. Ball through the middle. Drives forward. Oh, there's a man overlapping. He's there. And Buemo. Oh, my God. Fabianski should be doing so much better. That is a crap goal to give away. Literally from absolutely nothing. But the problem was that we were not marking up our players. There was no one marking the guy on the right-hand side. They had an overlapping runner. What happens? Bang. They put the ball in the back of the net, and it's 1-0 Brentford. Barf. A quick transitional bit of play, really from nothing, but the ball just goes underneath Fabianski. It's an error. That's a total error, man. He needs to be doing so much better than that. We've been punished. 1-0 Brentford. So going to be such a long afternoon, isn't it? It's going to be so long. That was coming and we've conceded. Oh, Fabs, you have to stop that one. Oh, no. How do we bounce back from this as they go on another overlapping run again with Buemo down the left-hand side? He cuts in, big ball into the box, too heavy. Switches play, and it goes out for a West Ham throw-in out on the right-hand side. 21 and a half minutes gone. Brentford 1, West Ham 0. Buemo with a shot that Fabianski should have done better. Overlapping runner. I mean, we didn't mark up. We kind of went missing down that left-hand side. Buemo with a simple curling shot into the far post. Goes under Fabianski. He should do a lot better, definitely. Big clearance from Brentford. Agard with a big header up the field. You can actually see now it's as if Max Corney and Danny Ings are playing as a solid two. Danny Ings has dropped in a bit deeper. Max Corney's gone straight through the middle. Obviously looking for the pace in behind the defender. And it's a free kick to Brentford. This is going to be exciting. Not. Another attack coming up from Brentford. Free kick about 40, 50 yards out for Brentford. Out on the left-hand side. Big left swinger in. Into the box, into the mix, into the back post. Cleared from West Ham. Back with Wissa. On the edge of the box, curled in. Cleared away, but straight to a Brentford player. Curls the ball into the box. Oh my God, West Ham cannot get rid of this ball. Max Corney and West Ham clear it upfield to nobody as Brentford win the ball. But they collect it with the second one though. Ben Johnson's out in the left-back position now, plays it into Emerson. He tries to calm the football down a bit with Max Cornet. Brings Lanzini back with Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson feeds the ball forward. Flynn Downs. Flynn Downs plays it all the way back to Agard. Agard switches play over to the right-hand side. Fornals drops in, collects it. Back with Agard. Downs. Back to Agard. Good pressure there coming in from Brentford. Agard switches play completely. Emerson keeps it in. Max Cornet. He loses possession though. Ball played forward. And Ogbonna intercepts and clears. Lanzini tries to win the header. But he wins the second ball. It's a ball through for Ings to chase. It's Fornals, sorry. Fornals holds up the play. Fornals has done really well. Fornals was up there himself. Couldn't beat the player for pace. He's done really well. Max Cornet out on the left-hand side. Ball gets crossed in. Cleared from Brentford. Flynn Downs into the box for Fornals. Flynn Downs tries to win a second ball. He does. Cornet tries to chase it. The player goes round Cornet out to the right-hand side and flicks it out for, I think there's someone down. There is. A Brentford player's down. Fornals has done really well with his hold-up play there. Yeah, he likes to go against us, doesn't he? What do you think? Do you think he is? He's definitely up there. Just showing the goal again. I mean, it was our set piece and they've just turned the ball over. It's a simple ball. Was that an Agard ball? I think that was an Agard ball as well. Yeah. Both for keepers average. Michael, why is the game being abandoned after 10 minutes? West Ham do the sporting thing and play the ball back to the Brentford goalkeeper. I'm so sorry for yawning. Max Corney comes in, collects the ball back for West Ham. No, he turns it over. Flynn Downs back with Max Corney on the left-hand side. He keeps a hold of it. He plays in Emerson. He's under pressure straight away. Can't get by the player that goes out for a West Ham throw-in. Emerson. Lanzini. Big switch ball, man. Finds Ben Johnson. What a ball that is from Lanzini from such a crazy, crazy angle. Ben Johnson brings Fornals into the game. Fornals plays it back. Flynn Downs. Tommy Soucek, sorry. Back to Flynn Downs. Brings Lanzini in. He's from a deep roll. He's trying to be the orchestrator. The conductor, sorry. Lanzini finds Flynn Downs on the edge of the centre circle. He drives forward down the right-hand side, cuts back, cuts through the right-hand side. Soucek brings Ogbonna into the game on the edge of the centre circle. Switches the play out to Emerson on the left-hand side. Emerson cuts in, drives forward through the middle. Still got it, still got space, still drives forward, got plenty of space. Shoots! Unlucky. I think he should have done the overlapping run, though. I think he should have played the ball into either Fornals or Ben Johnson out on the right-hand side. But he sees an opportunity and he sees a gap and he goes for it and he drives. He keeps driving. He's skipped by loads of players. No one goes to him. Still finds that space. And there's a player on the overlapping run. That's your typical, defender who sees an opportunity and then goes for it. That's a midfielder. They definitely pass that on. Definitely pass that on out wide. But unlucky from Emerson. Good spot, good run. Ben Meeks down for Brentford. Flares have been thrown onto the pitch. Violence. Brentford had a... Oh, me to you. For me to you. Nice play, Corney. Super Brentford. Nice pass from Emerson. Wrong decision again. What's wrong with the passing it wide? Other than the goal, we've been okay. You're right there about that passing it wide. That's just your typical panicking defender style of play, isn't it? Sleeping at time for answer. Honestly, mate, I see that journey down to London this time. It's really hit me for 6. It's because I had Freddie with me and I was just always making sure he was okay. But it looks like Mees coming off for Brentford because he's not. Looks like he's recovering and they're signalling over to the bench to say make a sub. Yep, they are definitely making a sub. He's coming back on. Maybe they're not making the sub. Raya with a big kick up field. Ben Johnson wins the header, but no one's there for the second ball. Me clears for Brentford. Ben Johnson's there though. He does well. Clears again for West Ham. Straight to the Brentford keeper. Plays the ball forward. It really is going to be sleepy time for all of us soon. Buemo drops deep in, collects it for Brentford, plays it back. It's back through with Ben Mee, who seems to have recovered quite well. Rico Henry plays so far forward for Brentford, doesn't he, on that left-hand side? Literally just plonks himself out there and stays there. Not been involved yet, but Ben Mee, though, seems to have recovered, like I said. He drives forward for Brentford. Again, Brentford have space and time to drive forward, but they don't. They go for a long ball through the middle, but it goes straight to Fabianski. He rolls it out straight through to Flynn Downs. He turns and goes forward for West Ham. Stops on the ball, plays it out wide left right. Fornals. Back to Soucek. Soucek over to Oggy. Brentford on the quick progression. Playing it tight against our players who are on the ball. Big clearance from Fabianski. Brentford win the header. West Ham win the second ball, though, and then we've lost it. Lanzini loses it. Wissa wins the ball for Brentford. Switch play through. Damsgaard out wide right. Buemo. Big into box. Clearance from Ogbonna. Emerson's there. Patient on the clearance. Emerson back to Oggy. Oggy has to go for a big clearance out the field, and it's a throw in to Brentford. Brentford. Benby in our own half. Drives forward, out left. Pinnock. And then they tried a big switch play, but it goes out for a West Ham throw-in. Just in our own half, just before the halfway line. Emerson's got the ball. Flynn Downs, Emerson goes out again for another West Ham throw-in right on the dugouts. Good tackle from Yanel. Connie. He's done well though. Danny Ings has done well winning the ball back, but then he's lost it. Ben Mee. Damsgaard. Back with Ben Mee again. He switches play over to the right-hand side. He finds Mbuemo unmarked. Drives forwards. Overlapping runner there. Oh my God. Simple triangular football. In the box. They've got the ball. They shoot. Fabianski drops down and collects that ball. That's a really good bit of play. Simple football from Brentford. Literally just making diagonal balls and then diagonal runs. Triangular football. Mbuemo left and then straight. Simple 3 players. Triangle. Simple football. Directly to the player. Whistle on the edge of the box. Takes a touch. Smashes it lower. This time Fabianski can get down and make a routine save, which should have been the save he made against Mbuemo. Again with a big up and under clearance. Straight to the Brentford player. Flynn Downs again. Straight for the Brentford player. Souček wins it. Finds Ogbonna. Ogbonna clears for West Ham. Straight to the Brentford player. West Ham get it back with Ogbonna though. Danny Ings out the left-hand side. Brings Max Cornet into the game. He's done really well, Lanzini, to win that ball back. Danny Ings playing literally in the left wing. Get into the box, mate. Good football there from Fornals. Souček, 40 yards out on the right-hand side. Don't you be crossing that in for Souček. He finds Ben Johnson out on the right-hand side. He's patient, but he picks the ball back all the way to the halfway line to Agerd. Ogbonna, back to Agerd on the halfway line. Souček drops in, collects it. He's going to play it all the way back Fabianski, which he does. We were literally on an attack there, and it's all the way back with Fabianski. It goes for a big clearance for West Ham. Finds Max Cornet with a header. And I think he was offside. He was. Not winning our last 15 league games when we've gone behind in. Let's not make it 16. Hammers, Ings and Fornals caused the turnover. Welcome to the sleepy go bye-bye West Ham watch along with Yonton. I'm really apologies, mate. Really apologise about that. He set me off with the yawning, trying to smoke and drink. I need to go and get a coffee. I really do, mate. I really need to go and get a coffee. And it's a corner to Brentford. It's the problem when you start yawning, you cannot stop. Corner to Brentford. Keep doing the short ones, don't they? Standing there as if he's going to do a short one. Desperate to do a short one. He hasn't, no. Players are going in the box. Ball in the box, into the mix. Clearance from Ogbonna. Straight, though, to Brentford. Oh, he nearly lost the ball, and we should have taken advantage of that, and we could not get a hold of it. He's taking a deflection, though. Brentford are still in the box. They are. They've turned our players. Shot from distance. Just goes wide. Shade is literally... Oh, West Ham have gone early, though. Fornals to chase the ball. Shade's just turned like 3 West Ham players in the box and shot from just from the edge of the box, but shouldn't be getting into that position. Shouldn't be turning Flynn Downs, Pablo Fornals, and Emerson. He's dragged his heels and the shot's gone wide. Big ball forwards. Emerson deals with it. Slips, but has to kick it out for a throw in to Brentford. 37 minutes gone. Brentford 1, West Ham 0. Barf. Man City are currently beating Everton, which obviously is a very, very good thing as well. Man City have scored. They certainly have, Joan. Not much happening in the game. Now Brentford are going to go with a big weapon of a throw-in out from the right-hand side. Right into the mix. He wins the first header into the mix again. Cleared from Agerd. On the edge of the box, Brentford shoot. Cleared from him, but they've won the ball back. And then we've won the ball back. And now we've given the ball straight to Brentford. It's been switched out to the left-hand side. He's got plenty of space on the ball. Damsgaard. Then they're going to kick the ball into the mix. The edge of the box. Cleared from Corney, but Brentford have the ball again at the right-hand side. Mbuemo. Through the middle. Oh, West Ham nearly win possession back, though. Shot from distance. Blocked from West Ham. He's going to let it go out. Ben Johnson sees it. Keeps it out. And it goes out for a throw-in. Deep in the West Ham half. Right beside the corner flag as well. 2-0 to City against Everton as well. That is exactly what we want. Another big long throw in coming from Brentford. Wins the header, and it's a punch save and a shot from distance. Blocked from West Ham. Off the line. Don't even know where the ball is. And I do not know how Brentford have missed that. It's a great save from Fabianski, but it's all over the place in the middle of the park. West Ham have got bodies flying all over the place. It's a great, great save. Brentford are doing some funny business with the throw-in, but they're winning the first header. Punch save from Fabianski. Blocked from Agerd. Second save from Fabianski. Blocked from Ben Johnson. Blocked from Emerson. Blocked from Cornet. And then Ben Mee has a chance to smash the ball into the back of the net, and he hits it wide. Save. Block. Shot. Save. Block from Ogbonna. Block. Emerson, and save from Fabianski in the end. Triple save from Fabianski to keep West Ham in this game. What a tackle that was from Ogbonna. My word, my days. It's a corner to Brentford. Brentford are just doing this. They've got this thing what they do, which is they big ball into the mix. Glancing header goes over the bar. What they're doing is with all of their set pieces that are out from, so like a corner or a throw-in, they're acting like they're going to take it all short. So they're forcing the West Ham to change position. And then we drive, and then they stop, and then all the players move away, and then they go long. They're doing it with the corners and doing it with the throw-ins. It seems to be messing us up a little bit. It's a glancing header there from... wasn't it kind of hit Ben Mee in an awkward position. He tries to kind of bend down and head it backwards, but it goes too heavy, hits him too hard. But that's a ball Fabianski kicks out, and Brentford win the first ball. Then we're forced into doing a big up and under clearance. There's been nothing really for West Ham going forward. There's a nice bit of possession maybe in the first 5-10 minutes, but apart from that, we've done nothing else since. So wasted ball from Fornals. Tommy Suchek comes in, wins the ball back for West Ham. Flynn Downs now out on the left-hand side. He drives forward. He holds on to play, though. Brings Fornals. Lanzini back into play. Ogbonna drives forward for us. He's going to cut back, though, and play it back the way because we've got nothing on going forward. Flynn Downs turns, tries to spin a few times. Keeps a hold of it, finds Agard. West Ham are now being forced all the way back into our own half again. Agard switches play completely, and Buemo comes in, collects the ball for Brentford. And now they're on the counter straight away. And they've got bodies. They've got an overlapping runner. He does out on the right-hand side. He collects it. He's got space into the box. Cleared from Ogbonna. And it's a throw into Brentford. I feel like we're kind of struggling, to be honest. Did they do it again? Brentford with another big long throw in. Let's see if they win it. They do. It's 2-0. It's 2-0. Wissa, I do not know how we're not winning that first ball. I do not know how we're not winning that first ball. Every single set piece comes in. We are actually, they're dominating. They're dominating aerially, and they should not be. It's the most simplest of balls from a throw-in. You should never be getting beat from that position. I don't care if I'm sitting in the house. I do not care that I'm sitting here and I'm telling you that, but we should never be letting those opportunities. Whistle likes to go against us as well, does he not? It's ridiculous that we're getting beat from that position. Ridiculous. Big throw-in, win the header, flick on, Wissa. I mean, he's marked. I mean, no one's even dominating, man. What are you doing? Suchek, Ogbonna, Agard, what are you doing? What are they actually? I don't understand what they're actually doing. They're just standing watching. Why? I don't understand why they're not getting stuck in. Like, what are they doing? Why are they being so static? They're attacking. So they're throwing their bodies on the line, trying to get that ball into the back of the net. What are we doing? We're kind of like, it's like we're taking a picture. 2-0, man. It's ridiculous. It's really bad. Danny Ings with a shot, and it's a save straight away, though, from Rhea. Straight away from the kickoff. Danny Ings has a shot, and it forces Rhea with a save down to the bottom right-hand side. It's a corner to West Ham. Yeah, West Ham stumbling to life as we go 2-0 bloody down. That is ridiculous, man. We've tried to take a corner low, and Fornals has just hit it into the side netting. The problem with it, Scott, is it's not really about the fact. It's the fact that if you watch, Agard is on him, right? He shouldn't even get the ball in the first place. He's won the header. It's like if you remember back to when Andy Carroll used to stand off the park when a throw-in used to come in and run in to get that leap above the player. But we've got big, strong aerial defenders and midfielders. We should never be getting beat to that first ball, especially when we've already done it like 3 or 4 times. You should learn from your lesson. And now Brentford are on the attack again, and there's a switch play up. He's got plenty of space, and he's got the overlapping runner, and he cuts into side to his right foot. He skips by one player, and Buemo on the edge, unmarked, skips by one player inside the 18-yard box, shoots from distance, wide. It's ridiculous. And then my stream's gone. Maybe it's not a bad thing. Do you know what happened there? The reason why Brentford didn't score that goal was because they were all lining up for a chance. That's why. So they all didn't know, like, oh, no, you have it. No, you have it. Oh, no, you have it. That's really bad. It's not great. It's not a great sight, really, for West Ham. I know there's a second-string team out here, but we shouldn't be. I'm more annoyed. I'm annoyed at the first goal because I'm like, why is Mbeumo unmarked out on the left-hand side? And then that one is just, you know what? They've been throwing balls into our box and they've been winning the first header all the time. Some of this stuff is very simple football, but we don't seem to be able to do it. 13 attempts at goal to West Ham's 1. There you go. That tells you everything. 13 attempts from Brentford to West Ham's 1. Then they're doing this without their main striker up top. Hope you're having a great afternoon. Not. Four minutes of added time for the first half. Big ball up over the top. We've lost it already to Brentford. But I think there's a foul on Ben Johnson, and we do win a free kick. It's a tough, man. It's a tough watch. You've got Bowen, Creswell, Rice sitting on the bench, man, hands in their heads, just like, what is going on? Ugh. It's really boring. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm sorry. I'm trying to make it entertaining for you as possibly can, but it's really, really, really boring. We're just coming to the last minute of injury time in the first half. Rhea's got the ball for Brentford. He plays it out wide left to Ben Mee. Brentford just happily. I mean, the difference between when we get the ball in our own half and they get the ball in their own half is we instantly feel the pressure from the Brentford players, but we don't. We just sit off them a little bit. Just gives them that little bit of time to think about what happens. Gives the time for the forward players to get themselves in a position that should the players want to play up over the top, they can. And look, bang, Brentford have got themselves out of danger straight away. Hickey got the ball down the right-hand side. He drives forward. He's run about 50 bloody yards. Buemo on the right-hand side on the touchline. Does an overlapping run. Back with Hickey. Yanelt. Big switch play over to Rico Henry. Collects the ball. Does really well. Finds me deep in the West Ham half. Jensen. And the referee blows up for half time. I mean, to be honest, I'm glad. It's been terrible first half. It's not been enjoyable whatsoever. I'm really sorry for being quite depressed and tired and yawning, but no, in wonder, man, it's been a terrible first half. Disappointing from the goal because Emerson and someone should be there collecting the overlapping runner. And then the second goal was the one that really kills me the most. When you look at it, watch it again, Brentford are doing something where they get all their set pieces and they look like they're going to go short, and then they put West Ham out of positioning, and then they decide no, they're going to go long, and they're winning all the first headers in dangerous areas. It's like going back to the old Andy Carroll era where he runs in from off the pitch, jumps, get a leap, heads the ball on, and they're winning all those flick on heads into the mix. So Brentford are putting the ball in the mix and are being very successful in doing it, and scored from a Wissa header as well. And Buemo and Wissa do like a goal against West Ham. Brentford are leading West Ham 2-0 at halftime. I will be back for the second half. Talk amongst yourself. Come on, your hands. And we're back. Welcome back to the West Ham Network for your bore along, your snooze along. I do apologise. It's been a tough watch. Do you blame me? I need the kettle boiled as well. I'm going to get myself a coffee. Uno secondo. Anyway, it's a throw in straight away to Brentford. West Ham do win it back, then it's cleared it out again for the same position for another throw. Guess what? I wouldn't be surprised why they wouldn't. Why would they not throw it into the mix? Like, pretend they're going to go short, but they don't. The players go straight onto the line. Going to win it. Watch. Let's see if they win it first one. God, we are so crap at defending those set pieces. So crap. Ball gets put into the mix again, though. Why are we not winning those headers? Going out for a goal kick. Why are we not winning those headers, man? That's just routine shit. What have I missed? No, cheers, mate. Much appreciated for the generosity and kind words. Max Corney chasing the ball down the left-hand side. He does win it, though. Keeps up the play, holds up the play, pulls off the player, brings Fornals into play. Lanzini. Corney again, though. Overlapping run. Lanzini outside of his left foot. Shot! Header! Ings has got to hit the target! Suchek! Not even Ings! It was offside anyway. Sorry, but I just get frustrated. I'm like, fucking hell. Decent bit of play there. Corney and Lanzini. I don't think he is offside. Shut up, Tony Gill. Be back in a second. You know what? I've been watching it, right? I was just having my coffee while I've been watching it. And for any, like, Brentford have just turned, like, our press and our possessional play into a really good attack for them. And now they've won themselves a corner. I mean, it's really quite interesting when you watch their tactics of how they take corners. It's really confusing to mark. Ben Johnson on the overlapping. Oh, it's nearly it's nearly through to Max Corney, but they intercept the ball, and it's back with the Brentford keeper. I'm bored. I'm sorry. Yeah, I reamed, stormed off. He's had enough of him. I'm back though. Big switch play from Brentford. How does he beat a man to that ball? Oh, God. I don't even know if I can watch this. I really don't know if I can watch this. Ben Johnson out on the right hand side for West Ham. Oh my God, Tommy Soucek's just giving the ball straight to them. Wissa. Do not know how he's not made it 3-0. Tommy Soucek is literally about 25 yards out. Tried to cut the ball back to his defender. Straight to a Brentford player. Go head up. What are you doing that for? Wissa on the edge of the box, curls it round the outside. Yes, the coffee is 97% whiskey, and I'm now eating the kids' biscuits because I don't know what else to do. The other thing is, see when a ball gets played through the middle and then you've got a player chasing it, I don't feel confident that we're going to get anywhere near it, and we're not. Brentford play the ball back to the keeper. And down's on the ball for West Ham in the halfway line. Okbona, edge of the centre circle. Agerd. Wide right, Ben Johnson. Nothing on in front of him. Plays it back. Soucek, West Ham heavy touch. And guess what? Throw into Brentford. West Ham regain possession though. In the middle of the park, Max Corney finds Danny Ings. He does well. Good hold up play. Tries the ball through, but he's trying to ball through 3 Brentford players. Manzini. Out wide right. Ben Johnson. Ronalds. Plays in Soucek. Oh, that's a nice touch. Manzini on the edge of the box at the right hand side. Tries to cut it back to the edge of the box, but can't. Brentford are there to clear. When Downs wins it back, but it goes back to the keeper for Brentford. See what all you lot are saying in here. You know, Man City. Well, West Ham have won the ball back though in possession. Let's see if we can do something with it. Danny Ings onto his left foot. Oh my good God. He plays the ball behind Max Corney. He still gets it though. He plays it back. Emerson cuts forward, brings it into play. Flynn Downs. Fornals is there with him. Plays it into Fornals. Back to Ogbonna. Just over the halfway line. Wide to Emerson. Corney, Emerson. With Danny Ings to chase. Ball back with Rhea. Clearance from Brentford keeper. Up the field. Flynn Downs wins it. Straight to Brentford though. We win the first header and then lose it straight away. He cuts back. 3 West Ham players down, can't get it. And now they've got a bit of opening space down with Rico Henry down the left-hand side who drives forward for Brentford. Still drives forward, sees overlap and run. Cross in. Back post. Ogbonna clears it. Should be it. Do you know what? That should be a goal, and that should be 4-0 Brentford. Buemo at the back post, unmarked. Ball crossed in. Really, really good ball. Look at the space. 2 players! 2 players! Why are we not marking them? We're all over the shop. Tell you what, man, we're so lucky. We're riding our luck. This has been terrible. See when that player's out on the left-hand side and you look up, man, there's two players coming in the box unmarked on their attack. Ball into the box from Brentford, back post. Guess what? And Johnson's done enough to win it. Fair play. Gets the second ball. He plays in Pablo Fornals. He drives forwards, plays the ball forward, but Brentford win it back, and then they've got it clear from their clearance. They've won the ball. Pablo fouls the Brentford player, and the referee gives a free kick. This is crap. Money is playing. It's just not happening, mate. Was that? No, not sure. I think that's extra time penalties. Maybe. Hope I'm wrong. It looks like West Ham are about to bring Declan Rice on and Benrahma and Mubama. Wow. Rice, Benrahma and Mubama. Big ball in from Brentford onto the edge of the box. They win it though. The second ball crossed in, cleared from West Ham. That's going to wake me up a little bit. Come on. Come on, West Ham! Ben Johnson wins the ball. He does really well. Pablo Fornals plays the ball forward. Danny Ings drops deep, collects it, holds on to play, plays it all the way back to Gerd. He switches play over to the left-hand side. Emerson takes the ball down nicely. Plays the ball back in to Flynn Downs. He's just lost it straight away. Then he wins it back, but then he's lost it. Flynn Downs has just tried something really silly. Brentford now on inside the 18-yard box with Wemo. Shoots and hits off his own player, but he wins the second ball! What the fuck are we doing? Oh my god! What is Downs doing? It is literally queuing up. Downs tries some trickery in the middle of the park, tries to win the ball back. Buemo drops in, collects it, skips by Ogbonna, shoots. Guess what he does? It's Wisa, his own player. Bounces back to Wisa, to him anyway, straight away. And Yanel shoots from distance and it goes wide. But West Ham about to make a triple substitution. Fornals for Benrahma. You're getting Pre-kickoff for Rice. Max Corney. Isn't really happening yet. And here comes Divine Mubama, which I'm delighted about to see him come on the field. So Deckers is on the pitch, of course. See Mubama on the field, though, delighted with that. Oh, Brentford on the attack. Oh, God, the ball gets played all the way over to the wide left. Ball goes through everyone. Cross in. He wins the header from Wisa. The ball goes wide, and it's a goal kick to West Ham. Now, this is where we now need to get hold of the ball, get hold of possession, do something with the ball. That is your current West Ham lineup. West Ham playing the ball back from a deep roll. Rice plays in a Gerd, tips the ball forward. Leaves it there for Mubama to chase. I'm just trying to have a look. No, but Mubama's through the top. Going to get 30 minutes in the Premier League, and I'm absolutely delighted for Divine. Absolutely delighted for him. Benrahma wins the ball for West Ham. Leaves something there for Ings to chase. Ings chases him back onto the keeper. Keeper goes for a big clearance from Brentford. West Ham need to win that first ball. Ben Johnson does slightly push on the back of his, but he doesn't win the free kick, and it's a West Ham throw in. Devin gets caught out, man. The ball gets thrown to him, and he just got a bit complacent. Now they're on the attack, and Aguirre does well, and it's a corner. Devon's just on the halfway line. The ball gets played into him from a throw in. He just kind of takes his eye off the ball a little bit, and Rico Henry snicks in there and drives forward for Brentford and wins his team a corner. 7 corners to Brentford, to West Ham's 1. Corner to Brentford. Big ball into the mix. Oh, do not know how they've not put that in the back of the net again. Ben Mee wins a flicking header, glancing header across the goal. Damsgaard's there. He is literally 3 yards out. He should put that to the back of the net, unmarked. He's hit it over. He's completely unmarked. And do you know what the scary thing is? There's another player behind him unmarked. Ben Johnson stands still. Who else is standing still? Ogbonna, Johnson, Mbama. No one marking players. Just let the runners go. Can't do it. Got to run. Damsgaard should have made that 3-0 Brentford. We're riding our luck, man. We could be 4-5-0 down, to be honest. Oh God, I'm not slagging off Divine. Don't you worry, I'm not. I'm absolutely not. Big ball up over the top from Brentford, goes out for a West Ham goal kick. Fabianski with a big clearance up the field, up the right-hand side. Then Johnson wins the header. No one there to collect it, though. Ball gets played back to Rhea. Ings puts the pressure on, plays it into me. Divine tries to win it back. He does well, puts the pressure on. But Brentford win the second ball. How are they playing that football? How are they getting themselves out of that situation? And he drives forward but loses it. Shade and clears it out for a West Ham throw-in. But from absolutely nothing, just a little flick here, there, and everywhere. Good overlapping runs. Declan Rice plays it back to Aguirre. Aguirre back to Fabianski. Fabianski with a big clearance upfield for West Ham. Then Ben Mee wins the header. Aguirre drops the ball down, plays the ball forward. He brings in Danny Ings, drops deep, chips the ball upfield. The side Benrahma to chase. Ball gets played back to Rhea. No one pressing the keeper. Plays it out wide. Terrible ball from him, but Brentford do win the ball back. Rhea keeps a hold of it. Back playing. They're just playing keepy ball. Deckers is getting stuck in. But again, no, we're just, Rice is raging. You can see shouting at Benrahma, get tighter, get tighter, get tighter. We're not. We're just too distant. West Ham have won it back though. Benny plays the ball. Divine skips by one player. Well, have a dig. Oh, it's a good ball. Ben Johnson inside the box. Shoots! Save! Where is it? No one's there! Oh, we've won it back on the edge of the box, and they've won it back. Lanzini switch the play. He does. Rice keeps a hold of it. Brings Benrahma into the play out on the left-hand side. Benny still got it. Plays it back. Flint Downs. Ogbonna. Back to Flint Downs. The Brentford half. Switch the play if you can. Look at Benny. Benny's empty. Rice puts it onto his right foot. Brings it over to Agerd on the halfway line. He's forward. Lanzini. Lanzini back to Agerd. Back in the West Ham half. Lanzini back to Agerd. Agerd out wide to Oggy. Pressure getting put on against us though. Ben Runner drops in. He does well. Oh, he's just too weak, man. He can't get by the player, and Brentford have one possession in the halfway line. And he's just not even looked, and he's passed the ball straight to the Brentford player. They're on the attack. They had the overlap and run, and Fabianski comes out and collects the ball. Come on, West Ham. Rice collects it for West Ham. He drives forward, comes to the centre circle. He's looking for players to make a run. Plays the ball straight through Danny Ings. Keeps hold of it. Switches play over to the right-hand side. Ben Johnson. Good from us. West Ham. Cross into the box. Back post. Benny's there. At least that's something. Benny is going on the edge of the box. He's going to try and take on the player. Onto his right foot. Chips it into the mix. Ah! Yes! Danny Ings gone! That'll do. I tell you what, fair play to Ben Rama, man. He holds up the play. He looks. He's patient. He pings the ball into the mix, and it throws Brentford into a fucking panic. Why can't we do that? Fair play to Ben Rama for that. Fair bloody play to Benny. Stands still, patient, chips it into the mix, hits the post. Lanzini with the assist, chips it into Danny Ings, who has a very easy job of heading that ball into the back of the net. 2-1 Brentford. Game on. Game on. Exactly what we wanted. What's VAR having a look at it for? Shut up. There's no way you give a handball for that. Hit the post and then hit Mbama's hand slightly. There's no way if you give that handball, I swear to God, I'm walking away. I'm walking away. You cannot give a handball for that. Do not go over to the telly. It's ridiculous. I swear to God, if they overturn this, the rule is it's actually ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's so inconsistent. It's so fucking inconsistent. It's so inconsistent. It doesn't even know. It doesn't even know. It's fucking ridiculous. It is fucking ridiculous. It is fucking ridiculous. It is a ridiculous decision. It's so inconsistent. The rules are so inconsistent. It makes me so fucking angry. It's so shit. It's so rubbish. It's rubbish. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care what anyone says. It's absolutely rubbish. It's absolutely rubbish. 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 It's absolutely. It's honestly, it's ridiculous. Considering the amount of handball involvements that we've been involved in, and they've given the goals. They've given the goals. It's horrible. It's really bad. It's really shit. It's really crap. You don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with the game, to be honest. I'm sorry. It's of course I'm going to jump onto anything because we've not been playing well, and there was our chance. There was our chance to get back into the game, but it's ruined, man. It's fucking ruined. And there's a sub being made from Brentford, and I don't care. Couldn't care less, man. It's so frustrating. What is the point? What is the point? All gets hit. It hits the bar. Mbama, right? Genuinely, head is in the goal. It hits the post and his hand's here. Like, what are you going to do? But what, Thiago? Lindelof? Really? Okay, whatever. Whatever. There has been a sub for Brentford, but I don't care. Couldn't get out of the way. Key point. That made me so angry, man. Think of the recent decisions. I'm sorry, the game is still playing. There's 20 minutes to go. It just ruins. It's ruined football. Just simple, like perfectly good goal. They need to. Do you know what they need to do this summer? They need to revamp this whole rule, man. It's ridiculous to have VAR and get things so fucking wrong. So wrong, man. So frustrating. And Brentford have got the ball. I'm struggling to commentate in this part. Switch ball over to the left hand side. I'm trying to put my head in like an opposition point of view. If that happened against us, what would we do? But in actual fact, the fair situation is that that's cleared over the top. Mbuemo shoots, heads the ball over the top of the bar. It's because of the inconsistent rule. What is a handball and what is not a handball? Thiago is not a handball. That's worse than what Mbama did. Lindelof's is not a handball. It's worse than what Mbama did. Disgusting. Sums up the Premier League. It's boring though. It's rotten to the core. It really is. We haven't deserved anything, Peter. No, we haven't. But it's just really so frustrating. Could you imagine? I'm not. I'm trying not to talk about it. I'm trying not to talk about it. I'm giving the commentary of the game, but I feel genuinely so angry in my belly. I'm so angry right now because that's the opportunity, and then bang! Look what happens now. Anyway, Brentford on the counter. Flynn Downs comes back, collects the ball for West Ham. Declan Rice collects it again. He drives forward out on the left hand side. He still drives forward. He brings Emerson back into play. Downs is there to collect it. Turns, drives forward over the halfway line. Bit of space. Keep going, keep going. Brings Lanzini into it. Turns again. Switches play over to left hand side. Deckers is there, just at the edge of the centre circle in the West Ham half, in the Brentford half, I should say. Lanzini's just giving away a crap ball. But we've regained possession again. Danny Ings drops deep, collects it, brings in Flynn Downs, who's on the halfway line. Lanzini drops in, collects it again. No, it's not. It's Ings. Sorry, it's Lanzini. Rice switches play and gives it straight to the Brentford left back. They're on the counter. There they go. Brentford, Wissa cuts back, shoots from distance. Routine catch from Fabianski. Benrahma drives forward for West Ham down the left hand side over the halfway line. Danny Ings brings Emerson in. Emerson plays down Benrahma. Benny going to skip by the player, keeps it onto his right foot, finds Emerson, chips the ball in, wins West Ham a corner. Good bit of play there from West Ham between Emerson, Benrahma, and Danny Ings, and West Ham have won a corner. 15 minutes to go. Big ball in. God, it's the worst corner I've ever seen in my life, ever. Benrahma can't beat the first man. They've cleared it. Fortunately, it's gone straight to Ben Johnson. Lanzini kicks the ball into the mix. They've won the header, no problem at all. And it's back out with Benny. Tries to take on, he does, takes on two players, brings it, cuts back to his right foot. Emerson, Rice on the edge of the box, chips the ball into the mix, and it goes out for a goal kick. It's just a hit and a hope. Hit and hope. Nothing on too much on it there, and nothing happens. And so far been revamping since it started. How many more times with the same excuse? You know. We honestly cannot win our first balls nor second balls. We've won a free kick on the halfway line for a tackle on Danny Ings. Danny Ings is still down, but we just cannot win the first balls or the second balls. Shit, just caught him on the ankle, and Danny Ings is still down. Double substitution from Brentford. There's subs being made, and I can't keep up. Who's coming on and off? Damsgaard's coming off. What's that? Silva. On the park. There is another sub that I've missed for Brentford, but the ball forward from West Ham, but they've won that. No problem at all. The referee pulls up for an offside. Good clearance from see who's out. Yep. It's not been the most exciting of watch alongs, has it really? But Jared Bowen looks like he's coming on the field, although he took his top off and then looks like it's maybe gone back on. Bib. West Ham are on the break though with Benny. Benny driving forward on the right hand side, shoot through the middle. Shot. He's got. If he see if he can just see if he can. I don't know what it is about his final third. See if he can just change that. It's like when he's running onto the ball, he's not got the ability to lift the ball or put any power. He doesn't have any. Sometimes you feel like you just want to put the laces through it. It's like he's trying to precisionally put that ball into the corner, and he's not capable of getting enough whip on it, power, curl, or anything. It's really disappointing. And then he goes on and does some other crazy shit in a game. He needs to be doing better in those kind of positions, especially in the final third. But when the ball's running in front of him, it seems like he can't get enough whip on it. Danny Ings does well, gives a ball for nothing really for Devine to chase, but it's gone back to Rhea. Devine chases the ball gets flicked forwards. One from Agerd. Lanzini chips the ball up over the top. Thought Benny was going to get it. He doesn't. Devine tries to win it, and it goes back to Rhea, the keeper for Brentford. It's really, yeah, it's really, yeah. Yeah, for Brentford. On the right hand side. Cuts in to Silva. Switches play. Just patient build up play there. Just Brentford happily playing the ball back through the back of their defence, playing it back to the keeper, waiting pressure on from West Ham. And as soon as we push forward, playing the ball forward because they're always going to win the first ball, if not second ball, like they've just done there. Just the willingness to win the ball was there. Nico Henry. Can you see it? Yeah. Aye. Then he collects the ball for West Ham down the left hand side. He's done well. He still travels. Still got the ball. Cuts inside. Left foot. Tries to cross it in. Blocked out for a West Ham corner. 8 minutes till probably 10 minutes plus injury time. So is Bowen coming on? No. Another substitution from Brentford. Yeah, no, it is a substitution also from West Ham. Things coming off. Bowen going on. Corner into the mix. Cleared from the first man. Benny clicks it on the edge. Drives forward. He's done really well. He's done so well. And he's won West Ham another corner. He has, as much as I've slagged off his final third, which is rightly so. Another corner to West Ham, no. Big ball in from the corner into the mix. Cleared from Brentford. West Ham regain possession, though, with Lanzini. Tries to bring the ball into the mix. Cleared from Brentford. See if Deckers collects that ball. He does. Brings it down calmly. Lanzini. Ben Johnson, who's the furthest back. Bowen collects it down the right hand side. Tries to skip by the players, but they've basically put two players on him and controlled them, no problem there. Another substitution from Brentford. Remember, we will be going live straight after the stream to talk about the game. Like I said, it's not been an exciting game, so it'll probably be a short review. But with the result going the way it has gone at Man City, like I said, it's going to take a massive change of fortune for West Ham to go down. But it's just not been West Ham at the races today at all. Of course, there's been many a change. It's just been nothing. Not been exciting. Oh my God! Now Burma on the edge of the box shoots. Routine catch for Fabianski. Few minutes to go now. Really through the player ratings tomorrow. Let Russ have a break. Pretty sure Ings was born injured. Howard, unlucky. Boys, to be fair, mostly by your team. All the best for Europe next week. Ings goal per minute ratio for us is still better than most strikers. Moyes brings on Bowen. Why make no sense? Moyes is the worst manager. I'm getting photos of my nephew from Brentford. Oh no. Silva into the box, cleared from West Ham. Say that again, mate. A little bit of a bogey side from West Ham. Go Henry, then Johnson, brings in to play Lanzini. De Silva, the edge of the box, shoots from distance, blocked from Agard. Mabuemo wins it. Fabianski comes out, collects the ball for West Ham. Yep, I would, because it has not been a exciting game at all. At all. I do apologise for being reasonably negative, and really, it's probably been one of the worst Matchday Lives watch-alongs I have done personally. But do you blame me? It's been a tough one. I do think it is. Looks like it is, David. Rico Henry for Brentford with a minute to go plus injury time. That Keel, now they're just playing football around us, no problem at all, having a bit of fun. Don't know how much injury time is going to be put up on the old whistle from the ref, from the old board. Declan Rice drives forward for West Ham down the left-hand side. Benny cuts inside onto his right foot, chips the ball forward too much, and it goes straight into the hands of Rhea. 5 minutes of added time. So just remember, if you are watching, and I end the broadcast, you will get potentially either transferred automatically across to the review show, and if not, there should be a little video option that pops up that allows you to then click on it to come into the review show as well. I won't keep you long. I'll let you go and enjoy the rest of your Sunday because there's a player down for Brentford just now. The looking back at the goals, man, it's really they're tough ones to take because I think they're really simple errors, basic goals that should have been stopped. Yeah, but there's been reasons why today. I know it's been crap, but big ball into the box from West Ham, cleared from Brentford. West Ham go to win the second ball, which we do with Deckers. Benny. 3 minutes to go. Agard brings in Downs, Rice on the left-hand side. Emerson chips into the box, cleared from Brentford. Again, routine clearance, nothing really causing them any concerns. Poor face. Poor face. Poor face, man. Emerson drives forward, but it's a good clearance from Brentford. They do really well. Don't know how they break on us all the time. How has he got up? Yeka just absolutely bosses through our defense, gets fouled, gets up, and still skips by our players. Look at him! They're in the box. Clear it! We've cleared it in a panic. Yeah, you're right, mate. But we can't. That's what a save from Fabianski. Unbelievable save from Fabianski there. And they're still on the attack. Do not give a penalty. Do not give a penalty. Quick check, no penalty. But they've come on an attack. It's a fantastic save from Fabianski, and then it's ridiculous that they're getting first to the ball again. So fucking fed up with this, man. That's my face for you. Ben Johnson whips the ball in, back post, clear from Brentford, corner to West Ham, trying to get a consolation goal. And there you go, full time for the game. Come and join me on the review. I'll see you on the other side. Sorry about that.